Hi there. Thank you so much for joining us as we go over our Grade 9 fall programming for 2020. We're so sorry that we can't be meeting with you in person and holding these meetings on campus, but we hope that this presentation will provide you the necessary information to prepare your child for their upcoming outdoor education experiences in early September. My name is Allie McTavish, and I'm the Outdoor Education Coordinator here at Mulgrave School.
And my name is Kelsey Pinch, and I'm an outdoor education teacher here at Mulgrave School. In this presentation, we are going to go over the importance of camps and the protocols we have in place. We will go over, give an overview of the schedule for the week as well as the detailed schedule for each day. We will provide you with the clothing and equipment list and also go over the forms that are required to be signed. There's a lot of research that states the importance of being outside, and specifically when it comes to student mental health and their connections with peers. Being outside and doing activities outside together has been shown to increase student wellness, increase collaboration and teamwork, communication, and as well as increase academic performance of the students. We know that many students haven't been together since March of the last school year, and so we are aware of the extra importance that this year's camp has on students' connectedness to each other as well as their social and emotional well-being. We have the protocols in place and we'll be following COVID guidelines set out by the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Health, as well as the providers that we are working with have industry-specific guidelines for each activity. Students are required to do a daily health check at home before coming to school. Please adhere to the drop-off and pickup times. We will be going over these times when we talk about the schedule. Masks are required when arriving and leaving Mulgrave, and also everyone is required to wear a mask while on the bus. Students are required to bring their own lunch and their own snacks and drink, and there will be no sharing of food or drink during camps. We will have a group hand sanitizer available, as well as students are asked to bring their own hand sanitizer. Teachers will be staying with the same group of students throughout the week, so that students each day will have the same teacher working with them. And providers for each activity also have their own policies in place around the cleaning of rental equipment that we are using throughout the week. I should also say that the providers that we are working with have been running camps all summer, and so they have been implementing their COVID policies all summer in their day camp programs.
So the overview of the schedule for the week, it shows you that the fall program is running September 1st until September 4th. That is a Tuesday until a Friday, and each of the days are off campus. So the students will arrive to Mulgrave and then depart for their given activity depending on which life skills cohort they are part of. As you can see, the students are rotating through 4 different activities with their life skills cohort and their teacher chaperones. Things to note on this slide are that on the Tuesday, September 1st, and on the Friday, September 4th, there is no late start or early dismissal. So the timing for each of the 4 days remains the same. As well, it's important for you to know which life skills cohort your child is part of, and this can be found on their SECTA schedule online. Lastly, it's important to also note that on the Monday of this week, the students are in school with their regular programming. On this next slide, you can see the detailed schedule for each of the days and the activities in which the students are doing. The students are rotating through 4 different activities: kayaking, hiking, biking, and canoeing. And these are all run by different service providers. The schedule, though, in terms of the timing, remains the same. We ask that you drop your child off at 8:45 in the morning, and they can be dismissed directly from the buses at 3:45 to go home. The locations of each of the activities are on there on the slide, as you can see, And one thing that is probably important to note on this activity list is the biking component. We have worked with Endless Biking for a number of years now, and every year we have students that have a very wide-ranging ability when it comes to biking. Some students have no biking experience, have never ridden a bike, all the way to students who do this regularly in their everyday lives. So we want to encourage every student to not feel nervous about doing this biking, and that Endless Biking is aware and has instructors to separate our groups into much smaller groups and tailor the experience to their ability levels. For the clothing and equipment, we have divided up the general equipment into two separate areas. One of those are for the on-land activities, which is the biking and the hiking, and the other is for the water-based activities, which is the kayaking and the canoeing. So the general equipment that is required for the hiking and the biking is a day pack in which the students can put all of their belongings into, as well as a sturdy trail type runner or a hiking boot for the hiking component, and a flat-soled shoe like a runner or a skate shoe for the biking component. In addition to that, as Kelsey mentioned, students are going to need to provide all their own food, which is a packed lunch, snacks, a reusable water bottle that is filled when they come to school, as well as any other drink that they would like to have with them. There will be no opportunity to purchase food while they are out on these day experiences. In addition, you can see that there's a bike helmet if they are bringing their own. When you have filled out the rental form from Endless Biking, it asked if you needed a helmet or not. If you selected that you do not, then the students, of course, need to be bringing their own helmet on their biking day. As well, we ask that they have a journal with them with at least 2 writing implements, either pens or pencils. For their canoeing and kayaking, the list is fairly straightforward and similar to that of their on-land activities. However, we do ask that they have an additional pair of shoes. So we want them to have a pair of shoes that they can wear to and from the activity on the buses and while they're on land. And they also need a pair of shoes that they are able to get wet. So that can be a pair of Crocs, a pair of water shoes, or just an old pair of runners. It really doesn't matter as long as they're comfortable with getting those shoes wet. And we do ask that there are no flip-flops brought, so it has to be a closed-toe type of shoe. The other thing that we ask is that instead of a backpack, that the students bring a dry bag, or they have a garbage bag that they can put inside a bag to keep the things waterproof, because there is a potential of capsize or dropping the bag in the water, and we want to make sure that the belongings inside stay dry. The clothing and aspect of our clothing and equipment list, we ask that you think about layering when your child is dressing for the day, so that they can take on and off layers whether they get too hot or too cold. So you can see that we have a short sleeve top and a long sleeve top, as well as a rain jacket. Those things can be layered one on top of the other if need be. In terms of their bottoms, they're welcome to wear hiking pants, shorts, activewear, track bottoms, Lululemon style pants. The only thing that we do ask is that there is no cotton that the students are wearing. And the reason for that is cotton absorbs water. It takes a very long time to dry and actually removes heat away from the body. In terms of the water activities, you can see that we've also asked for a full change of clothes. That is from head to toe, a full change of clothes. In case the student capsizes while they're out on that activity, then they have warm, dry clothes to put on. As well, there's a bathing suit option for that as a bathing suit option. You can also see that we have weather dependent items. So if it looks like it's going to rain, or there's a potential even inkling that it's going to rain, then rain pants are going to be important. Or if it's looking like it's going to be a cooler day, bringing a fleece or some sort of warm layer will be important. You can see that the rain jacket is not part of that weather dependent list, and we ask that the students bring a rain jacket every day. It can also be a very good barrier to wind, and so if there's any wind while we're out there, it's nice to be able to put on a windproof layer, which is a waterproof layer as well. Lastly, we have our toiletries section. So we do ask that the students bring their own sunscreen and ideally a lip balm with an SPF in it as well. Students are required to bring their own hand sanitizer, and we're going to actively encourage them to use that continuously throughout the day, as well if they have any of their own medication that they need to take while they are out on the experience. And lastly, there's an option to bring a small camera if they would like to capture any special moments while they are out there. We are asking that no cell phones come out on our experiences, and that's why the small camera is an option. Teacher chaperones are going to be taking photos while they are out on these experiences with the students, and those photos that teacher chaperones take will be shared with you through Mulgrave Photo Store in the weeks to come after our fall experiences.
In the coming days, you will receive an email from School Cash Online, and this is where you will find the forms to be filled out for this year. You will see an informed consent form which outlines the inherent risks that are associated with all the activities that we are doing, as well as how we are mitigating each of those risks. You will also see the forms from each of the providers we are using. Please remember to sign, provide your e-signature, and submit and hit submit on the School Cash Online site. And also a reminder that on August 12th in the back to school package, there were forms that are to be filled out from Endless Biking Forums. And there is one form that is the form you need to sign to allow your child to go biking. And then the other form is a rental form. So in order to for your child to have a bike that fits them, we just need to know some information so that your child can have the best experience possible while biking. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach us by email. Ali McTavish can be reached at amctavish@mulgrave.com, and myself, Kelsey Pinch, can be reached at kpinch@mulgrave.com. Thanks for listening.
If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. Thanks so much.